Welcome back to the Elias Makos Show. This weekend, it's the 97th Academy Awards. But where do you start if you want to watch a few films? Maybe you don't even have a clue about any of the nominees. I'm raising up my hand now because that's me. I mentioned this about an hour and a half ago on the show. I haven't seen any of the films nominated for Best Picture, but there are still 2 nights and 1 afternoon left where I can catch up on the films that were buzzworthy this year. Whether it's Wicked or Emilia Perez vying for Best Picture, or Timothée Chalamet and Adrien Brody going head-to-head for Best Actor, there's a lot of stuff to watch for on Sunday. Let's go to Travis Hopsin, co-creator and lead writer for Punch Drunk Critics. Travis, thanks for coming on the show.
Absolutely. How is it that you've not seen any of these movies? You've had 365 days almost. What's going on, man?
Okay, so I actually have a really good excuse, and that is my son is 13 months old. So it's been it's been a tough year. I actually have the perfect excuse. But here's the deal. Like my fiance and I, we cram for the Oscars. We've done this in previous years, okay, where we haven't watched much and then we binge over the weekend. So let's say that's a listener here who hasn't seen much. Maybe they've seen just a couple of the 10 that are nominated for Best Picture. Travis, what would you say are the must-watch films over the next few days before Oscar night? What would be at the top of your list?
All right, well, I figure you got to start with the movie that has the most Oscar nominations this year, and that is Emilia Perez. That has 13 nominations. Now, if you had asked me a month ago about Emilia Perez, I would have told you it's the front-runner to win Best Picture, with Carla Sofia Gascon, the front-runner to win Best Actress. Things have changed in the last few weeks. The movie's faced a lot of controversy. A lot of statements from Gascon has made it in the past have come back to haunt her. So that movie seems like it's kind of slipped out of the top spot. But
naughty tweets, still, right? Naughty tweets that happened in the past, right? Bad
absolutely.
Tweets. Now, did the vote?
Absolutely. And there's a lot of question about the trans representation in the movie as well. So the movie's kind of slipped a little bit. But yes. Yeah, go ahead.
No, but did the voting? So I know the controversy happened, but has the Academy? Did they vote before the controversy or after the controversy?
Well, some of the controversy, it's a little bit before and after.
Okay.
Because some of the controversies surrounding the film have taken place, have stretched back a little ways. Mm-hmm. But in terms of like the stuff like Gascon and those recent tweets, those may have come after. So I don't know.
Yeah,
we're going to see how this plays out. But it still feels like that movie has lost some of its momentum.
Did you feel that it was worthy of all of those nominees? Do you think, regardless of controversy, is it one that I should watch because it's a great film?
You should watch it because it is probably still the buzziest film of them all. I think it's a entertaining film. I do not think it's quite as groundbreaking as Netflix would like us to think that it is. It's a little mixed up. I mean, it's a Mexican film made by a French filmmaker with like French lyricists and musicians, and it's just kind of a lot of the language just kind of gets mixed up and crossed in translation. It's a little odd, but it's still a very entertaining film with 3 really tremendous lead performances. So it's worth checking out in that regard.
All right, what else is at the top of your list here on what we should watch?
My top pick for the year was Anora. That is Sean Baker's film starring Mikey Madison. She is also up for Best Actress, just as Baker is up for Best Director. This is possibly the movie that has slid into the pole position to win Best Picture now the last couple of weeks. It's the movie about a sex worker who elopes with the son of a Russian oligarch, and they go off on this wild night. It's a movie that's funny. It's dramatic. It's got a whole lot going for it, and everybody who sees it loves it. It's a great film and one of those movies that I highly recommend.
I just find it funny, Travis. We're with Travis Hopsin, a co-creator and lead writer for Punch Drunk Critics. As you give us the synopsis there, a sex worker and a Russian oligarch. You know, when I hear that, I'm like, you know what? People's criticism of Hollywood being out of touch, maybe I believe it when I hear that's the synopsis. Okay.
Well, the thing about Sean Baker's movie, Sean Baker, he also made The Florida Project. He did Tangerine, Red Rocket. he likes to make movies about people in marginalized communities and jobs that we, that we look up, kind of frown upon, and show that the real people who do these things. And Nora is another one of those movies. It's a really tremendous, heartfelt film. It's worth checking out.
All right. Well, I have time for at least 3. We've covered 2.
Sure.
So why don't you give me another one here that should be on my watch list?
Conclave. Conclave is another really good contender for Best Picture. This is the film starring Ralph Fiennes. It's about the days and events of the bishops trying to name a new pope. And it's more of a thriller than it is like a drama. And there's a mystery in the middle of it. There's a lot of tensions and double crossing and betrayals, all sorts of things going on in this movie. It's really, really great. Shot beautifully. It's an absolutely stunning, gorgeous movie. Conclave is a great film worth checking out as well. As almost all these movies in the Best Picture race are, they are all good in their own ways. Even something like Wicked, which is not necessarily up my alley, but it's a wonderfully done musical that a lot of people love. It's probably the popular favorite, but probably won't win Best Picture.
So I didn't know. I joked before because I was looking at the list of the nominees, and I joked on air that one of the films is literally called The Complete Unknown. And I was like, I know none of these films, and one of the films is actually called The Complete Unknown. And then I had a listener send me a text message. That's the Bob Dylan movie, and I'm like, So I knew about the Bob Dylan movie. I had no idea what it was titled. So is that one that I should put on the list?
A Complete Unknown is a great movie. Timothy Chalamet is probably, if it wasn't for Adrian Brody, I would tell you Timothy Chalamet was going to win Best Actor. But I think Adrian Brody's going to win that.
What did Brody do? What film was he in?
The Brutalist. The Brutalist, which is a 3.5-hour long movie, which is why I didn't recommend it to you, because I knew you were short on time.
You're so that's so funny, because I had a note from a listener last hour, and they're like, Elias, The Brutalist was way too long. so I'd got that on the scouting report here.
It's a long movie. It's a long movie, but it's a great movie. It's really an auteur piece. It totally deserves to be in the Best Picture race, but it is a very long movie. You're short on time. That's not the one to pick.
Travis, are the Oscars still relevant? I mean, you got Conan O'Brien hosting. Are the Oscars still a relevant night for you, the people in your industry, and beyond?
For people in my industry, yes, the Oscars are always going to be relevant. Are they relevant overall? Any award is only as relevant as we make it. So, the Oscars, yes. In my industry, it's still our Super Bowl. I'm looking forward to it this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. And honestly, there's a big cloud of mystery surrounding who's going to win some of these awards. We don't really know. It's not always like that each year. Sometimes it's a sure thing what's going to happen. But I think we're going to see some surprises this year.
Travis, listen, fun segment. I really appreciate you coming on this morning and breaking some stuff down. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. Have me on anytime.
That's Travis Hopsin right there. He's co-creator and lead writer for Punch Drunk Critics.